Everybody, and welcome to JB's Total Gaming for my first ever video gaming content. So up until now, I'd been a board gaming channel, and I'm going to include some video games here. And a lot of the video games I'm going to focus on are video games that are games I think board gamers would like. And in this case, we're talking about gamers that like card games, Magic the Gathering, and that sort of stuff. Now, you also may have heard of or played Hearthstone, and so that would be an example of a digital-only game of some similarities, but also quite a few differences. So this game is called Spellweaver. It just recently came out on Steam, so I thought it would be a good game to check out and see if people who enjoy that sort of game are interested in it. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into a quick battle and show you some of kind of how the game works, and then we'll go back into the screen and talk about that. Now we're going to go ahead and just play against easy AI. We're just recording here because for this one we need to unlock some quick battles or whatever. So we're going to play against the easy AI just so I can talk and hopefully not really pay that much attention to the game and still win. So when you start the game, you play some tutorials, and if you do that, you get to choose a starter deck. So I chose the Vampire starter deck because a lot of the other decks look like you'd expect, like a red aggressive deck, green big creatures deck, or whatever. And this one, it's like, oh, purple, well, we'll try that. Now, this game has mana or lands, whatever you're going to call it. Here they're called shrines. And so this would be, and they function a little bit differently than other games. So we're going to go ahead and draw again because it seems like I'm kind of mana flooded there. Right? So that's a little bit better. So when you play a land or mana, or in this game a shrine, normally they'll look like this, and you have a choice. You can get either a level or mana and a card. Now you can only play one per turn, obviously, but levels are important because if we look at this card here, so in the upper left it costs 2, this is actually a spell, but in order to play this I need at least one level in the purple dominion basically, so I need a level in that. And then over here, these cards, this one, interesting, it costs 1 mana, but I need 2 levels. One needs to be a purple dominion, one can be any, so it can be an additional, same with this, it can be an additional purple or just whatever. So this card is like, in this game they're called implants, so they're, you know, attachments to creatures or whatever. And then we don't have any creatures, do we? Oh, this one is kind of cool, but we need some mana to do that. So I think I'm going to play this one to start though. This is a special one, and it actually gets us into another one of the things. So we need a level in order to play a card, but we're going to, instead of getting a mana and drawing a card, we're going to gain a mana and gain a skill. And the reason I'm choosing this right now, and it's saying, yeah, you don't have any levels of dominion yet, but I'm going to just go ahead and say okay for now, is because this game also has hero skills like Hearthstone or whatever, something again that's easier to do in a video game than a, you know, than just a card implementation. So I maybe should have drawn a card instead, because again, we have spells and stuff, or, you know, played one of these or got a level or whatever. So I don't have a level yet, but I'm going to play this to get a mana and draw. Yes, I know I don't have any levels yet because, oh my gosh, because I really want to get a creature or whatever. So I don't have any creatures still, so that is not great. So they got out a guy, so deadly, so if it deals damage to one of my guys, they die. And this is kind of terrible, except, yay! Alright, so I'm again gonna, but to play this I need a level. So we're gonna finally get a level. So I'll get a level here, and we'll see down here that I now have 1 purple level. And now this is pretty interesting. Before I cast the spell here, I'm going to show off something else that the game has. So one of the things that makes this game unique, whereas in like Hearthstone you get 1 mana per turn, this kind of meant to solve that problem you have in Magic where maybe you just don't have any lands. And in this game you can get rid of a card. So I'm going to choose one of my lands because I have a bunch of them. But you could choose, if you have no lands, then you can choose, you know, a creature or any type of card. Then you get to look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and if there's a land in there, then you get to keep it. And I'm basically, and then the other cards will go on the bottom of your deck. I'm basically using it this turn, even though I have plenty of lands, and the only type of card I can take is a land. So I'll take this land, the other cards will go on the bottom of my deck. Just to kind of show you how that works. So if I had no lands, that is always an option. So now I'm going to go ahead and assassinate this creature, which will cost me 2 mana. And nothing else I can really do on my turn. So we'll end turn. So now I have 2 hero abilities. This one lets me spend 2 mana in order to get all my mana back. So super powerful late game. I can play a bunch of stuff, leave 2 mana, get all my mana back. Alright, so back to my turn. So we have 1 level. We have multiple cards that take 2 levels, but I want to play this guy. It's a 4/4 for 4 basically. So, and we only need 1 level for him, so I'm going to get a mana and a card. Great, another creature, but this is the guy we want to play. So, what we've seen so far, we've seen that each hero has hero powers. We've seen how the lands work and then how you can get rid of a card to draw a land. And pretty soon we'll see how attacks work here. So, what am I going to do? So I'm going to play this. And, let's see here. Do I need a level? Yeah, I need a level for a lot of this other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get a level. That's fine. And then I'm going to play this card, because this card is pretty awesome. Now, I'm only going to have 3 mana left, so it may not work, but I can basically steal a card from my opponent and play it. I have to pay the mana cost, but let's see if they have a creature. Sweet! A 3-cost creature. Fantastic. So I'm going to be able to play this creature, and then put these other cards back on top of my opponent's deck. So I'm going to play this, and then we're going to put... what the heck? We're going to put... the creature first, and then the other. So basically, I put mana cards or whatever on top of the deck. So yeah, so I can sacrifice a creature in order to buff this guy, basically. All right, so now we can go to attack step. Now here's another reason why this game varies for some other games. During your attack step, you can attack other creatures or the enemy hero. However, in order to attack another creature, you need to have a speed equal to or greater than that creature. So we see on the bottom left of this card, this creature has 4 health and 4 attack, and 2 speed, the 2 kind of yellow arrows there. And it's kind of showing like red is super slow, yellow is not so great, green is real good, and then blue I think is the fastest. So you can also tell by looking at the color. So normally I would be able to attack this creature, but I can't because my speed is too slow. And then when I do attack, my opponent could choose to block with this creature because its speed is equal to or greater than mine. So basically speed has a lot to do with the versatility of creatures when attacking and blocking. An interesting thing though, so I can attack a creature if I have enough speed to match or beat it. The opponent can choose to block based on that. Oh, so my opponent just played that same card that I had and put one of my guys out. So here, my opponent basically has a speed of 3, so it can directly attack somebody with a speed of 2. Now, just like in a lot of other games, I could choose to block if someone is attacking my hero, but in this instance where someone is attacking one of my creatures, I can actually choose to block in that case as well and jump in front of a guy. Now here, because my speed is too low, I can't. So basically, this person is going to die. So that's a bummer. But it is interesting that you can choose to block when someone's attacking another creature, not just your hero. So what are we going to do? Alright, so play, get a mana and a card. Alright, so here, do I have... Yeah, sweet. Okay, so I'm going to play this guy. Now he's a support creature, so he's going to go into the back row. So here's one of the last things I haven't talked about yet. There's a support row. This guy cannot attack, and he can't block, I think. Support line to protect from attack. Oh, okay, yeah, so he can't attack or block, but he also can't be attacked. Now, there are spells and things and that may move this creature. There are... spells that can attack the creature directly, that's fine, but creature's somewhat protected, so you might put creatures in support that give you certain other buffs or things that you can trigger, or you can put a creature in support that lets you, in this case, I can put an attachment basically, or what do they call it in this game, an implant onto this guy, and then his special ability is he then moves to the front automatically, and I draw a card, which is pretty sweet. Now, if I had 2 mana left, I'd show off that special ability here, but I don't have it. So again, this is kind of a neat thing. This guy is a 4/4, which is great, but again, I'm losing that versatility. I can't really go after those guys with it. And I could hang back and not attack face, but here's the problem. This creature's too slow to block these creatures. So again, there's where that speed thing is really coming into this. So I might as well attack face, and then again this guy won't be. So my opponent is choosing to block. That creature's going to die. Oh, but I totally forgot. Yeah. See, this one I'm playing on easy AI because I forgot that creature had like Death Touch or whatever it's called in this game, Deadly, I think. So I played an attachment to that guy to make it unblockable. So even if I could match speeds, I can't really do much with that. So I only have 1 mana, whatever. So there are interrupts in this game, or instants or whatever. So another thing that's interesting about this game is it goes for kind of middle of the road between a game like Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering yet again, because there is opportunities to play these interrupt type cards. However, they only happen when certain times you have the trigger. So it's not every step of the game. So in Hearthstone you only have like the secrets that you can play on your turn that might trigger on an opponent's turn. Whereas this game, you do have that ability to play stuff on your opponent's turn, but unlike Magic, it isn't every single phase you have to check if your opponent's doing something. It's just certain phases. We could buff, we could, I don't know, I'm going to go ahead and play this 4/4, and then now I'm going to show off my hero ability. So it has a 4-turn cooldown. I have 2 mana open, so I'm going to use this and then get all of my mana back here. So let's go ahead and go crazy. So let's play another creature. And I have 3 mana left, so I could play another creature, or I could play this buff. It has +3/+3 and is unstoppable, but it gets weaker as it goes on. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and put this on this guy. So it's going to buff it up really high, and unstoppable is like trample or whatever, so any damage. Now I could have put it on this other creature so I could block this one or whatever, but we're going to go ahead and deal 5 face damage, bring her down to 11. So we're still in pretty good shape, even though I'm not playing ideally. So again, if you're interested in this game, kind of what it has to... Okay, so they cast a spell to destroy that creature. What this game has to offer is an interesting mix, basically a middle of the road between a game like Magic, where there's constantly stuff going on and checking for a priority and checking if you want to do things, and the idea of, you know, having to have lands or mana or whatever you want to call it. And you see, now I have this cooldown here where I can't use this right now. And a game like Hearthstone where you just get a mana every turn. And so there's a little bit more complexity than a game like Hearthstone, but it doesn't slow the game down as much as in Magic. So this would allow me to bring a creature up. So basically this grappling hook, it allows me to buff a creature, and then I can pay a mana to bring a creature from the support line up front. So that's pretty cool. But I think we're going to play this and this. We want... Oh, yeah, we're going to play another range creature. So range is pretty neat. They basically deal attack damage first. And I actually completely forgot what that's called in Magic. I'm ashamed of myself. So we could now here attack this creature. So this creature has range, so it'll deal 3 damage to us, but we have 4 health. So do we want to get rid of this creature? Because, again, we have the same speed, so we can do that. Now, what's interesting is if I don't do this, this guy will probably use this creature to block my 4/4. So I'm going to do that, assign that guy to here, and then go to the face with the 4/4 creature. So again, kind of middle of the road game as far as complexity, and you know, you do have mana, but you have that ability to get mana usually when you need it, unless you don't get a mana in those 5 cards. So definitely some interesting things going on here, some stuff you don't see in other games, some new things, and there's not a lot of new things, I guess, but a mix of what a lot of games have to offer. So let's go ahead and play this, draw a card, see what we get. Alright, another one of those. Can we finish off the opponent? Maybe if we play a grappling hook. Yeah, so this creature is getting down to like almost no ability to do anything. So we're going to put the grappling hook on here. Buff that. What the heck? Ooh, nice. So this will allow me to put a weakness token on somebody. So we're going to go ahead and put a weakness token on this person and just finish her off. That may have been dumb because I think, but it also prevents her from blocking with that creature, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really paying too much attention. So again, we're too slow to go after, but we're just going to go face here. And may not be ideal, but I don't think my opponent, I'm not really looking at the math, but I don't think my opponent will be able to block enough to survive. Yeah, so we'll get through and finish off the game. So, you know, like I said, there some interesting stuff. There is mana, but it balances that. There are interrupts, but it doesn't let the interrupts get out of hand. So as far as the gameplay goes, I think it's really smooth and I like it so far. I also think the art style is fantastic. So now let's get into what I don't like about the game so far. So here I got some in-game currency, some fame to help me level up. What I don't like about the game is, so this is a little bit confusing. I mean, I guess there is single player stuff, which is nice, but like even how you unlock some of this stuff or whatever may be a little bit weird. But this is what I really don't like, the marketplace. So whether or not you think Hearthstone's system is fair or not, it is simple. You have in-game gold and packs, and you can buy a pack for 100 gold, and that's it. As opposed to here with featured items, this sort of stuff, and then you have gold and then the currency. And again, one of the things I love about Hearthstone is if something you want to pay a price for it just shows a price. Whereas in a lot of free-to-play games have this thing where there are a ton of different options, and I'm not even scrolling down here. Different currencies, different boosters and things. So I don't like this. Now what I don't know, I haven't played the game enough to know really how quickly you earn gold, if you can really be competitive. I haven't even played another opponent yet, competitive as a free-to-play player or not. And this is just a little bit confusing. And there's tournaments and all this, so I get most games do it this way. One of the things I do love about Hearthstone though is this, just the simplicity of how you get the cards, and then if you have excess cards, you can turn into dust and make cards, whatever. I don't know if there's anything like that in this game. I haven't checked that out yet. But, and again, I know this is pretty par for the course for, you know, these free-to-play games. It's just, the game I play the most of is Hearthstone, and that's so simple. So, there you go. There's a first look at it if you were interested in a game that offers you a little bit more complexity, a little bit less randomness of Hearthstone, the ability to do interrupts and stuff like that, but not slow the game down a whole lot, then and not have to necessarily deal with not being able to have mana and, you know, cool things like hero abilities. Overall, this game's pretty interesting. If you want to see more of it in the channel as I get more into the game and unlock more stuff or whatever, let me know. I'd be glad to do that. And I'm probably going to stream this game a little bit more. So again, this is my first video game content. So if you want to check out and follow my stream, everything is at JB's Total Gaming. My Twitter is JB's Total Gaming, and the YouTube channel. And yeah, I just started my Twitter. I just started my Twitch account, so I think I have like 1 or 2 followers on each right now. But please feel free, you know, if you enjoy this, let me know if you want to see more of this, if there's other stuff you're interested in seeing, and please go ahead and you know, subscribe to the channel and follow that other stuff as I bring out more content. Content for board gamers who might want to check out some video games, and just video games that I enjoy. And again, thank you for watching. You know, thank you for your feedback. I hope you enjoyed, and we will talk to you guys again soon. All right, thanks again, and goodbye.